Alright, so we're trying to give an example of Jake Paul. Did you call Jed right now?
Yeah.
No, I got it.
And it goes back to like people just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail.
Jake Paul's world has just come crashing down, and the timing couldn't be worse. With only 2 weeks left until the biggest fight of his career, he's found himself behind bars, putting everything he's worked for on the line. This was supposed to be Jake's moment. After all the hype, trash talk, and intense training, he was finally about to face off against the legendary Mike Tyson. Unlike his previous bouts against retired MMA fighters and fellow YouTubers, this was Mike Tyson, a name that strikes fear in boxing. This fight was more than just another match. It was Jake's shot to prove, once and for all, that he's a legitimate contender. A win here would silence critics and solidify his place in the sport. But now that opportunity is slipping away. Fans are left wondering if he can bounce back from this, as the fight teeters on the edge of being canceled. With his career and reputation hanging by a thread, let's take a closer look at this shocking turn of events.
I'm so sick of this shit, bro.
They said they have a warrant for Jake.
Bro.
So why was Jake Paul arrested just 14 days before this fight with Mike Tyson? It turns out this wasn't some unlucky accident. He was caught red-handed for using banned substances. That's right, Jake, who's been showing off his gains and talking big about his training, was playing dirty behind the scenes. Facing off against a living legend like Mike Tyson, it seems Jake didn't want to take any risks. Instead of relying solely on skill and hard work, he allegedly turned to steroids to boost his performance and secure the win.
And I am a fat bitch. I don't do steroids. And I take it as a compliment because there's no other excuse to me knocking out all of your champions than this kid does steroids.
But that's not all. Jake Paul's troubles don't stop at a steroid scandal. He was also caught trespassing at a recent boxing event where he'd been banned. Instead of keeping his head down and focusing on training, Jake decided to waltz right in as if the rules didn't apply to him. It's like he's on a mission to ruin his own reputation. This kind of reckless behavior is exactly why so many people have been calling him out. Jake just doesn't seem to know when to quit. It's almost like he's determined to self-destruct.
Jake Paul looks huge, moving up to heavyweight for his fight against Mike Tyson.
Let's get into the details of Jake Paul's steroid scandal. We've all noticed he's been looking seriously bulked up lately, right? Well, it turns out those gains might not be from grinding at the gym like he's been showing on social media. Rumor has it, Jake's been using performance-enhancing drugs to gain an edge in the ring. And here's the thing, steroids are illegal in professional sports for a reason. Athletes caught using them face severe penalties, but Jake seemed to think he could fly under the radar. For those who don't know, anabolic steroids are synthetic substances that mimic the effects of testosterone. They can lead to massive muscle growth, quicker recovery times, and boosted endurance, essentially a shortcut to building a powerhouse physique. They let athletes train harder, recover faster, and build muscle at a pace that's impossible naturally. For someone like Jake, who's stepping into the ring against a legend like Mike Tyson, steroids offer both a physical and mental advantage. They don't just build muscle, they can also make athletes feel nearly invincible, giving them an edge and confidence too. This arrest, just 2 weeks before the fight, could be a career-ending blow before he even steps into the ring. And this isn't Jake's first run-in with doping allegations either. Remember his fight against bare-knuckle brawler Mike Perry back in July. Jake knocked Perry out in the 6th round, walking away with a big win. But that victory is now under scrutiny because weeks after, Jake tested positive for not 1 but 2 banned substances.
I think that's the one.
Right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a 3rd time.
After the fight, Jake's post-fight drug test came back positive for ostarine and 19-norandrosterone. If you're not familiar, here's a quick breakdown. Ostarine is a type of SARM, selective androgen receptor modulator, that helps build muscle and increase strength, giving an athlete a powerful advantage. And 19-norandrosterone. That's a metabolite of nandrolone, an anabolic steroid known for boosting endurance, accelerating recovery, and packing on even more muscle. This wasn't some innocent oops, I took a tainted supplement situation either. The levels found in Jake's system were way too high for that excuse. This wasn't an accident. It was calculated, intentional cheating, and now it's coming back to haunt him. Fans haven't forgotten about the Perry fight, and with Jake's history of positive tests, it's not surprising they're buying into Tyson's recent accusations that Jake's been juicing for their upcoming showdown. What was supposed to be a clean fight might just be another case of Jake trying to take shortcuts, and fans are fed up with it. And let's not forget UFC President Dana White, who's been taking shots at Jake for a while over this. Dana has been vocal, publicly calling out Jake's rapid transformation and saying there's no way it's natural. He even challenged Jake to take a steroid test to prove he's clean, but Jake never accepted. Suspicious? Dana's got a sixth sense for spotting shady behavior, and he's not letting Jake off the hook this time.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
And here's where it gets even wilder. The entire fight world is weighing in on Jake's reckless behavior. Boxing pros and pundits alike are calling him out, labeling him as immature and irresponsible.
Jake Paul's made a massive mistake. This is another miscalculation. Mike Perry's a brawler, man. Mike Perry's going to get in his face.
Double jab again from Alvarez. There's the big right hand from Perry. Alvarez's hurt shot.
Mike Perry is going to destroy Jake Paul. You heard it here first.
The fight world is in an uproar over Jake Paul's reckless behavior. Boxing pros and insiders are slamming him for acting unprofessional, especially when he's about to face a legend like Mike Tyson. Many are saying Jake's antics look like desperate attempts to stir up controversy and stay relevant. And this latest stunt might be a step too far. Eddie Hearn, one of boxing's top promoters, didn't hold back, tweeting, "Jake Paul wants to be taken seriously as a fighter, but then pulls stunts like this. It's hard to respect that." Even Conor McGregor threw some shade, posting a cryptic Instagram story that seemed aimed at Jake. Some people think chaos is the same as strategy. Ouch fans, meanwhile, are divided. Jake's diehard supporters are sticking by him, but many others are saying this might prove Jake's out of his depth in the real boxing world. Let's not forget that Jake entered the boxing scene like a wrecking ball, making waves by taking on high-profile names in the ring. He's had some big wins too, from his knockout of Nate Robinson to stopping former UFC champ Tyron Woodley twice, and that iconic KO against Ben Askren. He wasn't just a YouTuber anymore, he was establishing himself as a serious contender in the influencer boxing scene. And this upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, it was supposed to be Jake's defining moment. This wasn't just another influencer or a retired MMA guy. This was Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. A win over Tyson could have cemented Jake as a legitimate boxer, shedding the YouTuber-turned-fighter label and proving he could stand toe-to-toe with legends. But now, Jake's career is teetering on a cliff. One wrong move, like being found guilty of doping, could push him over the edge and end his boxing run for good. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. That's all I have for you today, fight fans. What do you think of Jake Paul's arrest? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest boxing news. See you in the next video.